Morning all, we are down at my favourite little place, Dobby's. Oh, electric charging station. Yep, 8 parking places for electric cars and motorcycles. Am I riding an electric? Oh, let's see. Nope, I'm riding an LXS. It's a petrol, but I thought I'd park here just to wind you lot up. No, I'm back on one of my favourite bikes, LXR LXS. This is the Fluoro, and this is going to one of our female riders. 6-speed box, exactly the same engine you find in the LXR. Only difference being, this one has an under-seat twin tailpipe exhaust. You've got the display here, the nice wide mirrors that you'd normally find, and that is how it works. And believe it or not, you get a lot of people using this charging station, but this is not an electric bike. It's a good old-fashioned petrol bike. Would I ever ride an electric bike? I don't know, but I like my petrols, and you can see, there we go, charging station. And we're occupying 2 bays here. So this is the bike. Low slung handlebars, you've got all your standard controls, kill button, start button, you've got the main beam, hazards, you've got your pass switch to the back, indicators, and the horn. So all the standard controls that you'd find on your bike. Across the top, your rev counter, elapsed mileage, speed, gear indicator, and your fuel tank. Now we put 5 litres in one of these. It's enough to get you 1 to 2 bars if you shake the tank about. And then all your telltales are here for your indicator. So left hand indicator, right hand indicator, main beam, dip beam, telltales, and all your bits and pieces are there. They've managed to park it now. How about that? Well done. Mirrors on this pretty good. I'm not going to get the best view in the world because it's a sports bike, but you can sling these down a little bit lower just to get yourself, there we go, a decent bit of view to the road behind. And I've got about 1/4 of my shoulder in that mirror, but you can set it up, obviously depends if you put your arms out or if you ride tight in. So LXS 125, we're going to take this out, we're going to do a ride on this. But that is the new electric parking place for all your electric bikes and your cars, and you can charge it on a debit card, or if you happen to have a GridServe app, you can log on using their app and charge your electric car, which is a great idea. Electric is going to be the future, but I will stay on petrol for the moment. I like the sound of an engine. Now, can I charge a Cypher off of one of those? No, because you have to use a 240 volt socket, but if you've got something like a Zero, oh, I installed it. Right, let's get out. Waffling too much, RB, you stalled your engine. There we go. So, let's get some speed up, get through this 6-speed box. So if you happen to have a Super Socko or a Zero, or if you want to go for one of the really expensive ones, you can go in there and charge your bike up. So, new EV charging station, just thought I'd show you that. That is in Milton Keynes at Dobby's Garden Centre. And I've been following the progress on that on all my videos, and it's taken them about, I'd say about 2 months to put all that in with the power station and get all the mains put in. But it means I can now got a decent bit of parking. I haven't got to park on the road, I can park on the EV charge station to do my videos. So working down the box. Now the suspension on this is mid to firm. Let's come in on the combined braking this time. Back brake, wet day, back brake. Combined braking gives you 70% front and 70% rear, 30% front. On the front brake, whacking loads of brake power on this. And this is a great little bike if you happen to be a shorter rider. Now 32-inch leg, and my legs are bent when they're on the floor. Let's go. Check to the right, make sure no one is scooting a red light like they normally do. And Storm Pia is still rolling around. The wind is just about starting to ease off, but it was hammering it last night. It was horrible last night. So into 6th gear, you can look down there, check you're in 6th gear. And we are allowed to do 40 to 45 mile an hour. This one's going to a female rider, Michelle. So this is the first of 3 ride tests that we do. So we do multiple ride tests on all the bikes now, just to make sure they're all good. Base them over about 4 to 5 days, because that will highlight any issues that you do find with the bikes. Now, one thing that we have picked up with the LXS bikes, keep an eye on your coolant level, because if you let the coolant run low, you will cook the engine. That has so far happened to 2 riders that I know. First one had a hole in his radiator, and obviously we changed the radiator, but we did say obviously until we change the rad we don't know if it's going to cause any damage because you've let the coolant run low. And he did ride it obviously with a rad repair, keeping an eye on his coolant. Unfortunately he did cook his engine, and that was head gasket. Another customer had obviously bought a bike second hand, and the guy went, oh, it rides fine, it rides fine. He'd had it about a week, and he said it's a pig to start when hot. Brought it in for a service, and we checked all levels, and your coolant's very, very low. Oh yeah, it eats a lot of coolant when it's hot. And I went, I don't like the sound of that. Get it in for further investigation. So we obviously stripped the entire bike down, had a look around it, and filled up the coolant, because the coolant reservoir, and plenty of water in the rad, but the coolant reservoir was low. And lo and behold, we run it up, started fine when it was cold, got it hot, and it started to push its water back out of the coolant chamber and bubble through the coolant reservoir. Don't like the look of this. And after further investigation, we found that obviously you'd got a head gasket leak, and it was pushing exhaust gases when hot back through the coolant, pushing all the water off, cooking the engine, making the problem worse. And to repair one of these, strip it all down, do a head gasket, you're looking mega time, because you have to have the engine completely out to do any work on these bikes. So it was about 10.5 hour job, and the bill on one of these to change a head gasket, you're looking around about £1,000. So he obviously knew what the issue was. I said to him, he said, what's the best thing to do? And I went, get it serviced, get it repaired, out it on Facebook Marketplace. You don't know nothing about head gasket leak, make it somebody else's problem. And I think he's actually scrapped it now, I do not know. But if you don't keep an eye, and it's part of your checks that you should be doing all the time, tyre pressures, indicators, lights, fuel, oil and water. That is one of the things you should be doing all the time as part of your weekly check. If you're going to neglect your bike, unfortunately it is going to lead to mega problems. So we've noticed that with 2 LXSs, and it'll be the same with the LXRs as well. Water-cooled bikes do not like being run dry or hot. Now my big GTR, I check the water level every time, water, oil, tyres, indicator lights, all the usual checks every time I ride. And obviously over the last couple of weeks, water levels fine. We went out, we had a really long run, and I did get the bike very hot because it was sat in traffic for quite a long time. And the fans on those do cut in, it is a very hot running bike. But obviously top the water level back up, and it's sat the same for about the last 5 weeks. So I know my water level is good, but to change or top up the water level on my bike, it's the entire side panel off. You can see the window, but to top up your water, you have to take the entire side of the bike off. It's not like your car where you can lift the bonnet and just top up your coolant. So do keep an eye on those water levels, peoples. Will lead to issues, and it's not just the Chinese bikes, it's your main brand bikes as well as your Hondas, Yamaha, Suzuki's. Keep an eye on the water levels, because a 125 engine does get very warm. There's not a lot of bore, there's not a lot of engine to pump water around. The bigger the engine, the easier it is to pump the water around. But the LXS is running lovely. I love these bikes. Sports bike style, does put you forward over the tank a little bit, but it is very comfortable on the wrist. It's not like a full-on sports bike, but you can tuck yourself in. I've got about 1.5 inches behind me. I like to tuck in above the tank when I ride. Keep my eye on that car, keep the eye on the wheel, And we've done this on the GT Max 50. Go and watch that GT Max 50. There's loads of riding tips in there, what to look for when you are riding, just watching out for wheels turning, watching junctions, and it's something you should be learning as a new rider. Now, coming into a roundabout, is that car going to cut into that left-hand lane, or is he going to stay to the outside, watching the one beside me as well? 30-mile-an-hour road. The camera is up here today. It was earlier when I come past. They've moved. They've obviously been too many headlight flashes going on around here. There we go. Look at this. Pair of them. One with no indicator and another one does. And all the gear, no idea. And it had to be a BMW, didn't it? Every time it has to be a BMW. Left-hand indicator on. Yeah, there we go. He's not doing 30 mile an hour. Look at him hammering around. It's 20 down here, mate. And he's definitely not doing 20 because he's pulling away from me. I am bang on 22 and he's whizzing round that corner. Typical BMW driver. And they're the ones that need to get a speeding ticket. I have to be very, very cautious when I ride around town. And just watch all the junctions. And he's gone. He's hammered off down there. Yeah, he's hammered off down there. Oh, numpty. Right, down to the bottom of the road. Now, we did this route yesterday. Things to be checking. Watching that junction. Is anybody going to swing wide on the junction? It's a very tight one, this. Come to a full stop. Do not pull yourself out. Have a good look. Make sure that road is clear. And people say to me, oh yeah, but the junction's clear. You always come to a full stop. Yes, because you never know what is coming around the corner. A very cautious rider, me. And I've seen far too many people coming off of bikes because they pulled out quick on a junction and the car's caught them up and slammed them from the backside. So I tend to be, if in doubt, wait. You've got the right of way. If a car hits you at the backside, it's their problem. They should have been keeping the correct amount of distance. Best thing about these, though, and the road bumps, you can filter, which is a great thing. There we go, round the speed bump again. Position 1. Occupying position 2 on a 30, make them wait. Big speed bump, slow down, get your speed right, don't go over these at stupid speed. Unless of course you're like me and you're testing the suspension, which is what I'm going to do on this one. Just bring it down to third gear, boom boom, and mid to hard on the suspension, so you do get to feel the road. You can actually feel what the tyres are doing, and the tyres on these are darn good actually. Even in wet weather the tyres are really good, but they do take about 50 miles or so for the first bit of bedding in. So if you're on a new bike, don't go cornering it hard because your tyres are not going to be bedded in. And I normally say put about 50 miles on a bike before you start throwing it around. Get them tyres nicely worn in, or get a nice little weave going on the bike. Just try and warm your tyres up, looking through the junctions, watching the car in front. He's on a Yui, naughty naughty. Not over talking or high revving the engine, trying to keep the revs as low as we can because it is a brand new bike. So the last thing you want to be doing is bouncing it off the valves or bouncing it off the limiters when you buy a brand new bike. So ride test completed. It's live stream night tonight, special guest, and obviously Peaky's not here because Peaky's out of the function, but I've got a few special guests tonight, which is going to be very, very good. I'm going to enjoy tonight. And don't forget, this Sunday and Christmas Eve is Wine of Claws with Dibber in the Wind. So go and put the name into YouTube, Dibber in the Wind, D-I-B-B-E-R, Dibber in the Wind. He has got Wine of Claws on Christmas Eve. I think it's either 7 or 8 o'clock, but the feed is already up. You can notify yourself or pre-register to watch that show, and it's going to be fun. I am going to try and get on. Obviously we are at the parents on Christmas Eve, and I've got neighbours, I believe neighbours on Christmas Eve actually. The neighbours are coming round. We're going to the mum and dad's, Mrs B's mum and dad's for Christmas Day dinner. How about that? Isn't it nice to have a little bit of family time? Now, a lot of people have got 13 days off for Christmas. A lot of people are finishing at Friday today at 12 o'clock. Where are you going, learner? Jesus Christ, how much room do you need to get round the car? Go over the other side of the road, yeah? You want to be over a little bit. So a lot of people are finishing today at 12. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm here till 6 tonight. And then I am back in the garage tomorrow, Saturday, until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we're going down the pub with the boss. So Sunday, Monday and Tuesday off. And then next week I'm back at the garage. Yes, over Christmas. Where are we going? Come on, people. What are we waiting for? Where's he going? Come on. Oh, what is going on here? Why are we waiting? Where is the van driver going? Oh, okay, so everybody's blocking the road. Let's just sit on the junction and block everybody. You can't turn right. Here we go. Look, it's numpty central. Oh, let's all just block a roundabout. Are you going or am I going? Right, well, I am going. He who hesitates loses. Right, let's get out of here. There are too many idiots around town. So we're back at the garage next week. I've got a couple more days off over the weekend. I believe Saturday the 30th we are going to try and do a run out. So it makes a change for me to actually get out on a Saturday. But I believe we're going to be doing a Saturday run out, which will be nice. Take the GTR out. I won't be taking the Harley out in this weather. But we'll get out on the GTR and go and have a nice long run somewhere. Probably catch up with Peaky or one of the other riders. Or even a run to Super Sausage would be nice. I am heading back to the garage. A cup of coffee time and the obligatory cigarette. Don't forget, live stream tonight. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all social medias, which is Instagram, Twitter not so much, but TikTok. Let's go round him. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and a little bit of Twitter. And of course the YouTubes as well. If you want to watch the next video in the series, hit the notifications bell. That will tell you when I've got another video coming up, and you can sit and watch me waffle on again. That's my motor serve, man. So until the next time, guys, when we are out riding with RB, be well, ride safe, have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, and until the next time, as always, it's a big goodbye from me.